Yo, okay guys, what's up? Lord of Shadows is here. Today do the former One Piece chapter 767 review. The chapter that were revealed a week ago, but I couldn't fucking do because I had so much shit, so much work on. So here I am doing it right now. So I'm gonna say that this chapter is simple, but all this progression, drama scenes, and the first one, the execution of Don Quixote homie, Doflamingo's own fucking father, and the revelation of X-Drake that this little kid, this one, Dory, is the future X-Drake. Those are the main things. So here I am. So the beginning of the chapter was the first scene. Well, actually the first scene was the execution of Don Quixote homie. I mean, no, he didn't slaughter him, he did nothing, he didn't yell at him. Just he pointed the flintlock on his head, and here it was hugging Rocinante, and Rocinante was begging Doflamingo, please not to kill our own father, please don't kill him. And of course Doflamingo didn't get the shit out of this, so didn't give a shit. So yeah, pointing that gun, and even then we even find out that Virgo and Trable were well with that scene I can see why Doflamingo a long chapters ago he said that executive officers are his personal family. That's why nobody will ever laugh at him or touch them or hurt them, because when I see them young and on the same island as Doflamingo was when he was 10, now I understand why he told me they are his personal family. Because for now on, what we see was Virgo with a piece of bread on his chin, and we saw Trable. It appears that Trable gave Doflamingo the golden. Well, I think it was the same gun when he shoot Don Quixote homing, his brother, and Trafalgar Law. I think it was all these 3 times. I think it was the same gun. I don't know, but I think it was, because with that point when Trable told him that do you want me to help you to get revenge and everything else, so I believe that Trable give him the pistol so he can shoot homing. And here we are. Like I said, he was pointing the gun on the backside of the head of Don Quixote homie, his own father, and Rocinante was there, hiding his own father, begging Doflamingo and do not kill him, but Doflamingo doesn't give a shit about all that. So it was really nothing. I mean, we even find out that when Doflamingo was screaming to all the villagers when they were trying to torture them on the building, it appears that the house that he had, even that time when he was 10, he had the house shokuhaki. I mean, that explains why the villagers all dropped down and they all were saved. And that even explains how they escaped somehow. So here, there was no slaughter, no torturing, nothing. Just a single shot on his head. And that is when Don Quixote homing was executed. And even though in that scene you can see how much cold-blooded murder Doflamingo and a real monster he is, like Rocinante said. So yeah. So apart the flashback, so here we are on the Swallow Island. All the shit going on just because Rocinante stole the Ope no Mi, and Doflamingo released the birdcage on the island so nobody could escape. But apparently in that time, on the other side of the birdcage, here we are, Dory, or should I say the future X-Drake. I mean, for the first time I thought Dory, a normal marine soldier or cadet, something like that. But when I saw the X scar on his chin, I found out and I realized, like everybody else, that he's X-Drake. Red flag X-Drake, the supernova. So it appears like he was the only one of the marines of the Barrels pirates that escaped from the birdcage and his captain Doflamingo. And here we are, Doflamingo here talking about mostly interrogating Diaz Barrels about the Ope no Mi and everything. And it appears that when Diaz was talking about Dory, X-Drake, whatever, it appears that even then Dory was a hardcore, a strong fighter, a strong marine, even when he was young. Well, even that, it's really impressive. It is. I mean, still a kid, so fucking strong. charming. So here, well, after that interrogating, we can always see Doflamingo. He doesn't give a shit that Diaz failed him about the OP Nomi and everything else. Just shoot him and use him as a chair to sit on him when he was talking about to find Rocinante and everybody else. So here they are. So the Don Quixote pirates, like I said, they were trying to find out where Rocinante is and even Law, and to find out the OP fruit. So here, so everybody was searching for him. Pika, Diamante, Gladius, and European, everybody else, everybody from the Don Quixote pirates was searching for him except Dellinger, because at that time, if it was 13 years ago. So yeah, I believe it was, yeah, he was 3 years old. So we don't get him in the team yet for now. So yeah, and here's when just researching, even Buffalo and Baby 5 were on the sky, tried to search for him, and even then they didn't find him. The only one who found him was Gladius and everybody else. I mean, Rocinante. I mean, even he knows that this is his end, that he will meet his death. He was just going around, jumping, woo, here I am, and the only thing was, the next thing we found out, Law hiding in the chest with all the treasures, booty, and here was Gladius, Pika, everybody else kicking ass. They beat the shit out of Rocinante. I mean, why you betrayed him? Why did you never tell us that you were a Marine? Why you were pretending you were mutant? Blah 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 blah. All this shit. I mean, like I said, they beat the shit out of Law. And why Law? Rocinante. They beat the shit out of him. And why Law was in the chest is very simple, because before Rocinante was signing them that he was there, he hid Law in the treasure chest, and so they in that way he can, well, freely escape from the birdcage and all the Don Quixote family somehow. And even Law was even told him that, what about you? You will die. The Doflamingo will kill you. And he said, no, it's okay. It will be a little bit hard argue, something like that, but he will not kill me. I'm his brother. And that creepy smile in that way, so Law can remember him. I love you, something like that. And Law scared the shit out of him, something like that. So here's when Doflamingo face to face with his own brother, and in front of them, oh yeah, sorry, before I go to that main scene, when Law was hiding in the chest, Rocinante, with his snap of his finger, with a technique calm, he put a no soundproof wall against that was circling Law and all the chest, so nobody can hear his voice, he's screaming, he's laughing, nothing of this sort. So Doflamingo could not ever find him and kill him, or get the OP Nomi, whatever. A very smart move, very smart move. So here it was, like I said, Doflamingo came there, face to face to his own young brother, and it was cold blood. I mean, hard as a rock, no joke, no smile. He was just looking at him with an angry face, and Rocinante, so really badly injured of all those hits they give him, he pointed the pistol on him, and he told him the Marine code, and he was a Marine commander all the time. I mean, he showed his true self. He dropped off his mask, his disguise, undercover mission, and revealed to Doflamingo that he was a Marine commander. And even when he was when he will make a revelation as a Marine commander to Doflamingo, he hit the chest where Law was hidden, and he was told exactly the same words. I'm sorry that I lied to you. I never wanted to lie to you or hurt you. Even that time, Law was talking with him that even that time that he how can I put it? He understand it. He easily find out that he was a Marine already. But the more importantly was that he was shocked. He was crying. He was sad. He was lying to him that he will survive. He will live. because it was obviously Doflamingo will kill him, like Law said 13 years ago, or 13 years after in Dressrosa to Luffy. It was obviously they will kill him. So here he was, standing up, pulled the trigger on him, and even then, Doflamingo pulled the trigger on him too. And here was, two brothers challenging each other. And even then, Doflamingo asked Rocinante what happened to Opie Opie no Mi, and of course, he told Doflamingo that Law ate it. And even then, Doflamingo was very pissed, because you know what? Because you know why Doflamingo wanted the Opie Opie no Mi, for the immortality technique, something like that. So here it was, pointing the guns to each other to see which one first will shoot. And even then, Doflamingo tells Rocinante he will never dare to pull the trigger on Doflamingo, because he was kind, compassionate, generous, just in the same way as their father Don Quixote Homing, because that was the reason why Doflamingo believed that he will never pull the trigger on him. And somehow he was right. He was right. But even then, before he died, he shouted Doflamingo, gave him some incredible speeches that, how can I put it, that Law is free. He will never be close to you anymore. He will never join your crew. Just leave him alone. He is now a dollar-free user. And even then, you will never ever harm him. Because if you remember, when Rocinante asked him if Law ate the Opie Opie no Mi, what Doflamingo will do with him. And of course, Doflamingo said he will teach a kid how is the thing when you have to die for your own leader, master, whatever. And here was all the speech what I said. He's free, leave him alone. Heroically, he was stand up to Doflamingo, give an incredible speech to free Law and everything, and there it was. Doflamingo shoot 3 fucking bullets on him. All wounded, spitting blood, drop on the chest. And even then, Law was crying. I mean, he was crazy, depressed, because he knew, he was feel that the Rocinante will die. But of course, thanks to the Inagi Nagi no Mi, the silent pool wall, somehow he made that Doflamingo will never ever hear him. Because if you remember, before he died, before he shoot him, Baby Five and Buffalo went. Well, Rocinante told Doflamingo that Law is already out of the birdcage thanks to his devil fruit, and even then, Baby Five and Buffalo came and say that the Marines have a kid under custody. Which is big string of luck for Rocinante. In that way, so Doflamingo could believe his shit. So yeah, he died. Yeah. But even then, I mean, slow. And even then, when Law escaped from the treasure chest where Rocinante put him, he could never ever. I mean, no one could hear his crying, his screaming, his sadness, because even when Rocinante was shot and on the road of dying, he tried to pull the rest of his strength to make sure the Law will be so far away from Doflamingo so he can hear it. And even then, when Doflamingo was trying to go after, here was Tsuru and the women's squad charge on him. And here's where Doflamingo was so much afraid, and they back up and they run away. And there is when our dear Rocinante, our dear noble hero, left this mortal world. And there is when Law was hearing screaming, crying, that he, after all these tragedies what he had, I mean the White Country, Flavance was destroyed, the Emerald Syndrome and his parents were killed. He was so depressed, so sad, that another member of his, another person, no member, a person who cared for him, who loved him, died. Yeah. And here's where the chapter ends. I mean, with a big explosion and Law screaming with all his voice, full of crying, depression, sadness. He lost Rocinante, another one who loved him very much. And here it was where the chapter was. Yeah, here's where the chapter ended. So yeah, here I'm done. I'm done. Read, subscribe, comment, give me your thoughts, ideas, give me what you think about all this tragedies, all this chapter, or we wish to add in this video. Hope you watch and enjoy. Drop me a like, I really appreciate that. And before I say it's over, a minute of silence of Don Quixote Rocinante. I mean, he was a member of Don Quixote Pirates. He was a Marine, but such nobility. He died as a hero, sacrificing himself to save law. I mean, someone like that, some hero like that, who had the guts to oppose the Flamingo, and to, I mean, how would I say, to chin, to make him a fool all this time. That he was a mute, he never had a dough fruit, that he was a Marine. I mean, all this intelligence, all this bravery. Don Quixote Rocinante is a really noble man. Yeah, I mean, even it was a simple chapter, I will give this chapter 10 out of 10. Of all these scenes, of high speech, of this encouragement, of the sacrifice of Rocinante, and about the revelation of Dory, or a younger version of X Drake, it deserves 10 out of 10. Peace everybody, have an awesome day.